There we go. I've remembered to press record. Only after saying hello to Dr. Clinton and Ningi, but I'll say hello on their behalf. Wonderful. Let's see more people going to join. And as always on Saturdays, I know that a number listen to the recordings, but we've got to share the information sometime. So we've got some big hype. And there's definitely a great energy that I'm picking up on the group. A lot of people chatting about bringing in other people and who they've got lined up, as well as Dr. Clinton's, all the work in the back end there. He's going to share just now with you what he's been doing in the back end to just help clean it up. The first time that the programmers have had the system to themselves without anybody registering new people. So there's a lot of amazing things. We shared quite a bit last Saturday. So if you want to know what it is, then jump onto the recording from last week, Saturday. We're not going to cover that again now. But we've got literally 2.5 days. 6 p.m. Monday is when we're doing our global brand launch. Are we ready? Are we ready, guys? Give us a thumbs up. Are we here? Have we got our people lined up? Have you got at least one person who is waiting in line to register, whether you're doing it to get another platform? Thanks, Eddie. Give us a thumbs up. Yes, Krista. Have you got at least one other person ready to go? Somebody, ideally, it's great for you to have a new profile. Wonderful. Have it for a relative of yours that hopefully you can hand over to them at some point, teach them about cryptos if they need, or even if you're managing it for them. Maybe a non-profit, but perhaps you've got what we're ultimately looking for is new blood, new people. Is there somebody who is entirely new that this past week that you've introduced to power gifting, who didn't even know gifting economies existed, just like you didn't, maybe a few weeks, few months, few years ago, just like myself at the beginning of 2021, I had no idea what gifting economies were. And that was after having been around in network marketing and online businesses since 2016. And it was new to me. That was 4 or 5 years down the line. But when it came to me, I saw a light very quickly. I didn't understand fully. That came over a period of time. It's normal. So perhaps there's somebody that you know that you've brought in who had no idea this possibility, this potential is possible. Okay? Have we got that? Are we ready? You're here because you have got some powerful understanding and belief in power gifting. That's why you're joining on a Saturday morning. And that's why I'm here on a Saturday morning. That's why Dr. Ningi, Dr. Clinton, and Dr. Ningi. There we go. You qualified as a doctor, Dr. Ningi. Our CA Ningi.
Thank you, team. Thank you, team.
It's quite funny. When we have a meeting with the founding fathers, we have Dr. Karin, we have Dr. Francois, Dr. Stefan, Dr. Clinton, and then it's Ningi and Tim. We're like, really? So there we go. You're qualified. Anyway, I digress. Got no idea what I was talking about. Okay. We've all got, we all understand and we know here of what we have as not the potential, but the real truth as what is possible. And that has come over a period of time. It's unlikely that it was instant and automatic and you saw the presentation for the first time and you said, I get it, I'm in, I understand, it is the ultimate, it has got the algorithm that has shaken up algorithms and shaken up and is differentiating itself from and has differentiated itself from other gifting economies, of other online platforms. This is the one. It's extremely unlikely. If that was the case, wow, amazing, fantastic. It wasn't for me. I was started to present this in end of November without fully understanding it. But every time I did, every time I spoke, every time I listened, so I gained more understanding and more belief, more knowing. Now, unstoppable. That's why when the opportunity came to present on an ongoing basis and teach, be one of the leaders, it's been a privilege. Right, let's get straight into some topics here. We've got more people who joined us. So for those who came in late, welcome, fantastic. Let us know where you're coming in from. And are you excited? Are you ready? Have you got something really special? Now, we've got something special for you today. So after this call, get on the phone or message everybody that you know who's not here and tell them to watch out for this recording. The reason that this meeting today is probably the most valuable insight that you're going to have received throughout all the meetings you would have been on, any of the recordings, this one is most likely the most critical, as we're going to be moving your understanding of the superpower that is power gifting, that I've just sort of been coining it. If you've seen my little video I made yesterday and I've spoken about it a couple of times, I personally believe, my perspective, that the power gifting has a superpower. And you know what that is. Anybody know what that superpower is? Put in the chat box if you know what the superpower of power gifting is. Fastest fingers first. Who's typing? What is the superpower? Because Dr. Clinton is going to be talking about the superpower this morning. What's the superpower? There we go. Aaron, first. Well done. Good stuff. Thank you. It's the baby accounts. If you want to understand the superpower of the baby accounts, that's what Dr. Clinton's going to be sharing with you shortly. When you truly understand and you see this, you will become unstoppable. Just the same as Superman is unstoppable with his superpowers. Nothing's going to stop him. He's got kryptonite. We don't have kryptonite. We've got nothing that will stop us. We have only got ourselves, progress, movement forward, the potential of what is exactly possible with the utilization of this superpower to your advantage, how it's going to impact you, how it's going to make a difference in your life, in your pocket, with your charity organizations, your church, your community, the people you're bringing in. When you get this, you're going to say, I'm not helping one person come in on Monday, I'm helping 10, because man alive, this is fire. This superpower is beyond, and I've been around long enough to know, and I'm still seeing it now, that I'm yet to see another profile platform opportunity that creates itself its own perpetual motion, its own movement from within, the same as this. I've never seen this before. And that was one thing that I really got. Wow, movement. So Dr. Clinton's going to be sharing that. This is why today's is probably the most important one of all the calls, all training sessions. But before we get there, I want to share a little bit of an insight into an idea that actually came from one of the members. I can't remember who it was right now, maybe one of the other, maybe Dr. Clinton or Ningi can remember where it came from. I'm going to speak to you a little bit about another target market that you could be approaching, that power gifting, while originally wasn't designed for this market, it fits so beautifully. And the market I'm talking about is the corporate. Now, I'll use the word corporate, but it could be any group or organization. It could be a church organization. It could be a nonprofit, a home. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to use corporate as the sort of the global word for my explanation. Where you have a group of people reliant on a company or a business, something along those. And this group of people, in the perspectives of corporate, would mean that they're reliant on it for their income. So this came across when one of the leaders said that they work with companies where companies are looking for stable, consistent, honest, reliable, efficient platforms where they could plug their staff into in order to provide additional income over and above the salaries. That to me was absolutely profound. There are companies out there who do this for their employees. So the purpose of it is to say, where a company turns around and goes, what if there's another lockdown around the world for another pandemic, whatever, that there's another restriction in our business? What if, due to economic stress, that our business ends up by shutting down? What if, due to government regulations, there's a restriction on what can happen? There are so many what ifs, and all the what ifs end up by being that financially the company would be strained. There's been many companies, and I'm talking about not your large global, it could apply still to them, but typically the niche, the market, is your SMMEs, your small, medium enterprises, your privately owned businesses, your business where there's between 5 to 50 or even 100 staff. That would be typically, it could be scaled either way, but that would be the average, where it is a private business owner who says, what would then happen with my staff's income? A lot of companies over the past 2020, 2021, when they weren't operating, paid their staff. Many only paid 50% or 70% salary. Many paid 100% directly out of their own pockets. Many companies took loans out without relying on the government's so-called bailout. America did it. South Africa tried. Debatable. So, but without relying on somebody else's bailout, if it isn't coming, funded staff salaries because they knew that they needed to look after their employees. But now they're not able to do that again. They still are trying to recover from the year or 6 months, whatever it was, that they weren't actually able to operate and operate profitably. They're still not able to stand freely alone. What if something happens again? So now they're looking and saying, what other means have we got that we could help our staff get other income streams on top of their salaries? This is where power gifting falls in. With such a low entry, for only $8, if you think about a company that has 50 staff, and the company created a profile for all 50 staff, it's only 7,200 Rand or $400. $400 for a company of 50 staff, chump change. They could write that off as a staff incentive or a community social investment project, something along those lines. So it'll be a tax deductible write-off. That's only $400 or 7,200 Rand. But yet it could and would, based upon our knowledge and understanding, would create additional income stream for those 50 staff. So what company, what business owner do you know that has between 5, it could be 2, 5, 50 to 100 employees who you could approach to say, we've got something here that for very low entry, down the line, could be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, doesn't matter, that in a few months' time will start to give each of your employees additional income. Would that interest you? And your risk, your entry into this is only $8 per person. We all know business owners like that. This is how a structure could be set up. There's a couple of different ways that it could be done. So the one company that I know is presently, and maybe Ningi can drop in the line, they've they've got 100 people they're putting in. I think they've already created 25 profiles. I'm not too sure. The rest are going to be coming when we reopen the profiles. The registration's on Monday. So what they've got is in their office, one of the administrators who understands cryptocurrencies is creating all of these under each employee's name. But the company is going to be managing these. As we know, you register today. It's going to be a while. Hopefully that'll pick up now before you're going to be receiving your first gift. So the company is going to be managing, but this specific company is going to continue overseeing them because their staff, their employees, many of them don't even have a smartphone, for example. So they're going to be managing the profiles for all of their employees. However, there is a key overriding need, and that is for each person to be responsible for their own rescue. So this specific company would then create the first profile for the company. So in registering, company XYZ would create their own profile, company XYZ, and then the employees underneath. The reason for that is that if you've, let's say, 50 staff, as the profiles start to tick over, going from level 2 to level 3, level 3 to level 4, that is a huge amount of administration if the company's going to administer it for the staff. So what would happen then is the company would need to employ somebody full-time to actually be running these profiles. Where's that money come from? From the company's position. Makes sense. So it's going to self-fund itself within the business. Now, the ideal would be that a company would have an education system in place to teach each person about their own, about cryptocurrencies, help them set up their own wallets or exchange and understand how it moves. So there's one company that is doing exactly that. They're creating it, setting it up. Once a profile moves from level 1 over to level 2 on phase 1, Each employee is going to be sat down. They're going to, the company administrator is setting up their own Binance account for the person, teaching them about cryptocurrencies, entering in their own crypto wallet exchange, and then handing this over to the employee. And so they've got a training schedule, which is going to slowly roll out in teaching their staff about cryptocurrencies because they really want to educate their people. So depending on the level of ability of, cell phone use for the employees, where they've got access to good data and internet and are able to do this, or this can be run the company, you can create any type of structure in order to help the staff. So that's what I'm going to put out to you today. The question to ask yourself: who do I know that is a small business owner that has huge value to their staff, where they want to be able to say, employees, you don't have a pension plan, there isn't a retirement plan, we can't rely on governments, we don't know what's going to happen, we want to help you secure additional income stream, and for a company very low, $8 entry per person. Why not? So that's what I want to put out to you today. From a support perspective, the administrators, the admin people, the mentors, myself, Dr. Clinton, Ningi, are also putting ourselves out there to be available to these companies to help set it up and even teach and coach on the cryptocurrencies. You put a group of people in a room together, I'll jump in and do group sessions on cryptos. Absolutely no problem. And I know there's a couple of others of the mentors and the leadership team who'd be very happy to do that too. So we're here to support the company. And if you would like, if you've got a company and they've got 100 employees and you'd like us to connect directly with them once you've pitched the idea, well, that's also what we're very happy to do. And we've already done that on a couple of occasions as well. So let's get back. Both have loaded at around 25 employees each, and we'll be adding more once the system. Absolutely fantastic. And each of those employees, of course, on Monday that gets loaded has a chance for winning the $50 as well. So, wow, how amazing. The company XYZ registered the other 25 people, and one of them gets selected to win $50. That has got to be seriously motivating stuff. 3 companies are coming in already with this, and we haven't even structured an offer. So over the next weeks, I've been very busy with all the other preparations ahead of the global brand launch on Monday. So over the next week or 2 weeks, I will be putting together a more formal sort of structured presentation, which then you could take to people. But don't wait for that. Absolutely no need to wait for that. So this, as we get further and we go deeper into the possibilities of what power gifting has got, with our stability, with our algorithm, with that we're still here 4 months down the line, guys. There's other gifting economies which have fallen flat, and they've started after us and fallen flat. They didn't even take off. There's ones who started before. There's investment profiles. There's cryptos things. All these, we are outside of the sphere of that type of risk model with a mathematical certainty that is the structure that is written within the algorithm of power gifting. The risk is absolutely negligible. I would say it's more risk-free than remaining in corporate at the moment. Anyway, so there we go. That's my story for today. That's what I want to share. Just get a little bit of the thought cap going on what is possible. I'm now going to be handing over to Dr. Clinton. Dr. Clinton, you know, guys, you'll mostly know him. If you don't, he's responsible for the back end of the system, for making sure that he's the connection between us and the programmers. So any of the things which need to get done, he works a lot in the back end. He's been working very hard in going through each and every single profile with his admin team to make sure that the crypto addresses are there, that the gifting's been done. There's a couple of profiles which have been identified that haven't gifted. They've registered, they're duplicates, or the person's disappeared. Then that profile's now been taken over, because we ensure that within our profile, within our gifting economy, that there's no stagnancy. No level can get stuck. There's no stuck positions. That is impossible within our system, which is super exciting. So within that, he's the numbers guy. So you might be going, well, isn't Dr. Ningi over there a CA? Yes, she's a CA who does it like numbers, which I think is absolutely brilliant. But that's why she's a leader in another sphere. Dr. Clinton's expertise is breaking down our superpower and he's here to share with you today what our target is over the next month and how hitting this target will benefit you in your pocket. Dr. Clinton, welcome.
Good morning once again to everybody. Thank you so much, Tim. We really enjoy the Saturday mornings, and I think you need to set your alarm every Saturday morning to be on this call, because it's just so fulfilling to spend time with everybody on the call on a Saturday. I just want to share screen, and I'm going to specifically speak around our target for the next month on the global brand launch, what we are going to do. So let me just, okay, and here we go. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
It hasn't come up yet. There we go. We've got your screen. Just need to put it on presentation mode.
Yeah.
Lots of smiley faces. Love it.
Are we there? Yes.
There we go. All yours.
Okay, awesome. So let me speak on our target. Our target is 3,000. I just want to move this bar. I can't. Our target is 3,000. Yeah, our target is 3,000 to come in during this month, right? So what will happen with an input of 3,000 people is that because we understand that when somebody gets leveled up, promoted to level 2, he needs 3 gifts of $8. So we're going to take the 3,000 divided by 3, which means we'll have 1,000 new people move to level 2. I think that's amazing already. And then out of the 1,000, because it takes 9 people on level 2 to promote to level 3, we will have 111 people moving to level 3 with the input of the 3,000, which is 1,000 to promote to level 2, 111 goes to level 3. And here's where the superpower kicks in. Our superpower is the baby accounts. Yes. So 111 people moving to level 3 is going to give birth to 9 baby accounts each, which means we'll have 999 baby accounts coming into the back of the queue, right? So when it does that, you will then push another 333 people to level 2. And you'll push another 37 people to level 3. Now, remember, we're only talking about an input of 3,000 people here, right? But the result is that you now have another 999 new profiles coming into the system because of the baby accounts. Level 2, 333 people goes up to level 2, another 37 people goes up to level 3. Let me just change the screen. 333 people going up to, 333 baby accounts. Now, what's important here is at that stage, we are going to have 5 people moving from level 3 to level 4. And when that happens, they will give birth, that 5 people will give birth to 27 baby accounts each, which means it's another 135 baby accounts that gets added into the system. Okay, I think I've got that number wrong there. It should be 468. Okay, I've got that number wrong. Let me just fix that quickly. I'm just going to take that down.
Wonderful.
Quickly.
Fix it.
I'm
Fix it.
gonna
Fix it
fix
live.
it.
Yeah. Fix it
Yeah.
live. So we've got this correct one. And I think everybody can forgive you for getting one number wrong. I'm writing it down as you're going through, and I'm already confused. Not confused. I'm already writing this down. And on the first slide, I'm going, whoa, hold on a second. Because we've got now 999 baby accounts created when you move from level 2 to level 3. So that's going to add another 330 people going over from level 1 to level 2. And if 333 people go over to level 1 to 2, 333 divided by 9 takes those amounts of people moving on to level 3. And but doing that means that there's going to be another divided by 9 baby accounts going to the bottom, which is going to push another X number of people from level 1 to level 2. And when you do that, it's going to push another Y number of people from level. Oh my goodness me. It's this perpetual motion that kicks in. So I think we all forgive Dr. Clinton for getting one number wrong, but he's identifying, you're going to go, but hang on a second. We've got that's got that. Oh, hang on. Then you go there. But as soon as you move people from there, that's going to create more baby accounts. So then there we have to add more baby accounts to the bottom of there, which means more people are going to move to level 1, 2, which means more people are going to move to level 2 to 3. And when that happens, it's going to create more baby accounts. Are you starting to understand the power of a 3,000 people of what happens? This is a magical superpower, Ningi says. So this is why we're on this call today, guys. Keep going.
Okay, so I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm going to bring up the
give us
screen.
while he brings that up. How are you feeling about this? Come on a scale of 1 to 10, write in the comments here. How do you feel about this? 1 being, it's not important, but 10 being, holy moly, what do we got going on? I didn't get this. Come on, type in the chat box here. Please tell me you're as excited and you're like, whoa, hang on a second. 10s, King Ellis, Andre, thank you. Who else? Come on. The rest of you like, whatever. I don't get it. Maybe you don't understand the number, but how does he get that? How does he get? But you understand the concept. Who else is fired up? Elizabeth, 10. Yes. She's making, her 10s made baby 10s all along the way. You're understanding the concept of what we've got here, Mr. Sajid. Excellent. Thank you for joining from India. This, understand, you don't have to understand the full flow of the numbers. Understand the power of this. 100, Krista. Thank you. Who else? There's more people on this call here today. Julian, Samantha, Sharon, Margareta, Aletta. How are you feeling about this? Are we getting this? Ronaldo, 10. Thank you. Mirja. How are we feeling about this, guys? Who else we got on the call here that I can't see on my screen? Bernadette. Awesome. This is, you know, in business, you always look at saying, what is your USP, your unique selling point? What is your differentiating factor? What is differentiating us? What makes us stand alone, stand out compared to other gifting economies? Goodness, you can compare it to anything, but let's just say gifting economies. It's this, guys. It's this. This is the key thing that differentiates us and helps us stand out compared to anybody else. So when you're talking to people and you've spoken to them about your why, you're then going to share, this is my why is XYZ. You've got down to your deep-seated why. It's not to making money, it's more than that. And once you've shared that why, you then share why power gifting, and you share the superpower. Now, I talk about self-perpetuating. it is not a forever self-perpetuating, we need 3,000 people, we can all sit back and go and live on our own private island. No, this is a style of self-perpetuation. But remember, the baby accounts, after they finished on a level, they finish. So we still need new people. So why would you not share it with more when you know this? There's no limits to new people coming in. With 8 billion people in the world, we don't need 8 billion here, guys. How are we doing, Dr. Clinton?
Coming back up. Let me just share the screen.
And Sam, it is awesome. It is awesome. Alrighty, you're back up.
Okay, just let me know.
Yep. Into presentation mode. For those who are not in South Africa, forgive us with our power cuts that we're dealing with at the moment. It's putting delays on many, many things. There you go. Microphone's yours.
Okay, are we there? Good. Okay, so we've got 333 baby accounts, right? At that stage, we've got 5 people moving to level 4. It's 27 times 5 gives us 135 new baby accounts, which means we've got a total of 468 coming in at the back of the queue. 468 is going to give us another 156 people promoted to level 2, another 17 people being promoted to level 3. That 17 people is going to give us another 156 baby accounts, which gives us another 52 people promoted to level 3, another 5 people promoted to level 3, giving us another 45 baby accounts, with 15 more people going to level 2 and 1 new person going to level 3. That one, that 1 new person, sorry about that, it's going to be 9 baby accounts. I'll change that 15 there. It's going to be 9 baby accounts, and that is another 1 person going to level 2. I just need to fix that. And then you also have at that stage, now because of where the system currently is, I have to factor that in also. Where the system currently is, besides these numbers, we'll have another 3 people moving to level 3. So it's 27 times 3, it's 81. It's another 81 baby accounts. Do you see what's happening with the system here? Another 9 people on level 2, another 1 person onto level 3, which gives us another 9 baby accounts and another 3 people to level 2, which means in it all, we put 3,000 people into the system. The system itself creates another 1,638 accounts that pushes from the back. So the new gifts in total, we put in 3,000, but the new gifts in total that pushes the back end of the queue is 4,638 gifts of $8 that will be sent within this month if we push that 3,000 people through. Okay, so that is $37,104 that will be sent through the system within this month. Now in South African Rand value, that is over $500,000 that will be sent in gifts from person to person, not held by the platform, not held by a single account, but going from person to person. 660 odd thousand rand, $37,000 will be going from person to person within our system. I think that's amazing. So where are we now? We are filling numbers at 19,900s, and this morning we had numbers ending at 2590. which means there's 690 people still on level 1. Now, remember what we said? We said if we push 3,000 people in, we will have 1,000 people promoted, which means when we push that 3,000 people in, everybody that is currently on level 1 would have been promoted to level 2, plus another 310 people that is new, coming in new into the system within this month would have already been promoted then to level 2. That means, you know, those 1,000 people is going to be risk-free. Risk of $8 is not a lot of money, but risk-free within this month, and 310 of the new people will be too. Okay, we'll have 178 people going on to level 4. That's just amazing. Now, just hang with me on this one for a moment. What if the 1,000 people that goes risk-free within this next month uses that $8 that they initially came in with, just to bring in a charity or a family member or a close friend that they want to be good to, and use that $8 to push that person in? You'll have another 333 new people going on to level 2, and then the numbers just keep adding up. So at the end of all of it, having an input of 3,000 people, and we follow the strategy, we could add another 2,304 positions into the system through baby accounts, and through the input of new accounts, etc., etc. So 3,000 plus 2,300 will move within a month over 5,300 positions. Isn't that amazing?
I'm blown away. Go back to that last slide for me, please. Just quickly go back to that last slide. So when we're filling from our present numbers, 690 people are still on level 1. 310 of them will move over to level 2. But just the momentum is going to push.
No, 690 people will move to level 2. And out of our people that's coming in, the new people starting from Monday
and
night.
310. Okay.
310 of the new people that's coming in from Monday night onwards will already in this month move to level 2.
That's the power of this. So everybody who's on level 1 now, who's saying, when am I moving? They're going to move. No more when am I moving questions. They've all moved. And then it's going to push through. Plus 310 of the new people coming in are going to be over level 2 in the first few weeks, if not more. There's one thing. So thank you. This is mind blowing. There's one thing that comes to mind that is not taken into account here. And you could never take the following into account in numbers, I don't believe. And that is the power of momentum. The power of momentum. Our target of 3,000 people is easily achievable with everybody combining and with companies bringing in 25, 50, 100 people easily. See some people in the chat box here already saying, oh, I used to be corporate. I'm going to, I can present this. And you take that out. That 3,000 people is nothing when you split it over many. Individually, it's challenging, but we're not individuals on this. We're a community. What happens next is the power of momentum. Once this momentum kicks in, it may be a target of 3,000 people between the 17th of April and the 15th of May. But then you have momentum. The excitement of those 690 plus the 310 plus the 2,304 baby accounts that are going to come through, that's going to push through, is going to just be adding more and more people. That it's not going to be 3,000, it's then going to be 5,000, then 10,000, then 20,000. And the system is ready and scaled to handle these volumes. Just consider the possibility. Nah, man, I'm fired up. Dr. Clinton, thank you so much. Carry on. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
That's basically it on the presentation itself. And I want to echo what you're saying. And this is why it's so important for us that every nation gets involved. We've identified more than 12 countries already on power gifting. What if every country just works towards that goal? You know, if every country only seeds 250 people into the platform, your 3,000 is met. Or if you have, as you said, the corporates coming in, if you have organizations coming in, NPOs coming in, just imagine what will happen. What if everything that we are doing and launching on Monday is going to perpetuate this system so fast that even before December, you'll have the funds to book that family holiday or write off some debt or get the extension on your home or whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm so pumped up, excited for what's coming. Thank you so much, Tim. Thank you, Ningi, as well.
Amazing. Ningi, let's hear from you this morning.
Good morning, once more, family. I just want to say I'm super excited. And I want to echo, Tim, what you just said. Already we are over 700 in the group. Literally, if we just look at the people that are active participants, which are in the support group, if we all just bring two, that 3,000 is already crushed a far long way. If we all just bring two. So I just want to share with the community that it really is that doable. If we all bring 4, it's done. We've exceeded the target. Without even counting corporates and things like that, we will be done. It will be minimum, 2.8, round about there, 3,000. So this is so within reach, family. The next 4 weeks, we really can make our what if for December a mid-year reality. How about that? Making a what if of year end a mid-year reality. And I'm really, really inspired. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Clinton, for painting that very clear picture in our heads. And hopefully it goes to our hearts very soon, because that's where it's going to get our feet moving with action. And thank you, Tim, for ensuring we all hear it with clarity all at the same time. Thank you, family. Let's do this.
Perfect. Thank you very much. This is brilliant. I've got my $8 to bring in my family on Monday. Can't wait, Elizabeth. That is absolutely amazing. Congrats. Well done. And think further, think bigger outside the family. Maybe the family you're going to bring in family. Let's not wait, not delay. This is ready. So thank you very much. We have got some spare time. If anybody would like some Q&A, we often run out of time on Saturdays for Q&A, but we do have a good 10 minutes. So if there are any questions around what has been discussed so far today, ideas or thoughts, or anything specific about power gifting in general that you want to share or ask, please, you're welcome to put in the chat box there. And let's give it a couple of minutes if anybody's willing to. Festina's willing to say something. That's absolutely wonderful. Where is our amazing background mentor support, Festina? Festina, hi. Let's see.
Hi, good morning. I am very excited about power gifting. I know my voice and my face doesn't always show it. And my daughter danced competitively when she was much younger, and she was 6 years old and she took first place. And on the way home, she asked me, "Mom, are you excited?" And I said, "Yes, of course I am." And she said, "Well, please tell your face." Anyways, so if my voice doesn't I am incredibly excited about power gifting. And to me, what I really like is the simplicity. you join, you've got $10 ready, you gift someone $8, and then you do two things. The first is you wait. And being a farm girl, I understand that planting the seeds, you won't harvest in the same season that you plant. And it doesn't matter if a season is a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months. You don't harvest in the same season. And if you do farm like I do, then you also understand that when you've planted seeds, some seeds like, and this I get from Jim Rohn, that some seeds will fall in fertile soil and some will fall on rocks and some will fall on shallow ground and some will get picked up by the birds. But then you share, and some people will and some people won't. But how would you feel when power gifting pays out the end of this year or in 6 months' time, and you didn't share this opportunity with your mom and your dad and your brother and your sister and your uncle and your aunt and your nephew and your niece and the guy across the street and your boss and your co-workers? So it is, the simplicity is register, gift, share, and stay connected.
Amazing. Faustina, thanks so much for sharing your perspectives, and 100%. The simplicity of it. Keep it simple. Truly, truly magical. So thanks so much for sharing. I know a little bit about your story on the farm, an amazing place and a true inspiration and family person. So thanks a lot, Faustina. That's lovely. We've got a couple of questions coming through here. Aaron asks, what has happened with the Afrikaans recording? Ningi, do we know what's happening with the recording there?
It's been worked on to be shared with the community. Yes, I do know.
Okay, so it's being edited and will be posted as soon as possible.
Yes.
Good stuff and wonderful. I think it's now a couple of Afrikaans recordings, which is absolutely brilliant. There's a whole community out there that would value that. Elizabeth's mind has run away to companies and NGOs. I love it. Let it run wild. Run free, spirit. Run free. Rob asks, when a person is reached, and maybe Dr. Clinton can answer this one, when a person has reached and completed level 4 on phase 1, will you then be removed from phase 1 completely? Good question, Rob. Let's get some clarity on that for you.
I responded in the chat there, Tim. So you will still have 117 baby accounts running through phase 1 at that stage.
Brilliant. Exactly. So remembering that only the parents' account, your main one, will move to the next phase, as the baby accounts don't make more babies. It would be that would be a bit of a challenge. So the 117 baby counts will carry on going through. And as you'll hear on the presentations, which I run on Mondays, I always say that when you're now moving through on phase 2, not forgetting you're still receiving gifts from phase 1 as your baby accounts move through. But once they've gone to the end of level 4 on each of the phases, they are then completed in their role and those finish. Krista, just a comment on this week's connections. Many are so surprised that it is really only $8. Yep, that's it. Exactly. Really, the word risk should be completely deleted, but we can't say it's risk-free. I would never do that. That to me is unrealistic. 99.9% risk-free. There we go. It is only $8. Cry out loud. How can a person check if they are active from their back office? Aaron, another great question. Who can I put this to answer?
I can take that one, Tim. The principal indicator, Aaron, is when you go under persons to gift, there'll be no one. Then you know, because what qualifies you to get on the queue of receiving is having gifted successfully. So gifting is not just sending the gift to their preferred method, but it's also doing the back office admin. But when the name disappears under gifts to be paid, with the name of the person that you would have seen, you know you've done the process correctly. You will also see under gifts paid by me. That person will appear there. That gift transaction will be there on your back office. You will see their name and you will see your status will be saying active. So that's how you know you're on the queue.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you. Thank you. And listen in on Monday as we're going to share some new insights where you can actually get some more information from. And one of the upgrades and improvements that is happening to the system at the moment, that the programmers are working very, very hard and aggressively in the background. And Dr. Clinton pulling out his hair as his Wi-Fi goes down for 10, 12 hours a day, and he's got to check on the programmer. So but they're getting there. Listen in on Monday evening, 6 p.m., where you will then be able to get a lot more of a clearer picture. So thank you very much for those questions. I think we're pretty much all done for the day. This is exciting. As time goes on and we've settled in on the new, after the launch, I don't think we're ever going to settle in. There are going to be a couple of videos that will come out. One of them, as I said earlier on, listen, if you missed the beginning part, I spoke about the opportunity to present to corporates or to organizations, NPOs, etc. And then that'll be done in a small presentation for you to take out to them. And the next one will be an individually cut video on or session training just on the power of these 3,000 numbers, which Dr. Clinton has so amazingly shared with us. And that big number there is those 3,000 new profiles will be bringing through gifts sent and received of over $37,000, and we're only just starting. So I'm going to be hanging around for those who are interested. I will start at 11 o'clock. So in 7 minutes time with everything cryptocurrency. Hang around in there. I'm here for you for the next short while to talk cryptos. Anybody who needs guidance or support or help on setting up their wallets, exchanges, or anything crypto related. And it's been an amazingly interesting crypto week around the world. Maybe I'll share a little bit about that as well. Ladies and gents, thank you very much to my co-hosts, Ningi and and Dr. Clinton Adams. And thank you to Festina for sharing her perspectives, and to all the other administration and mentors working in the background completely voluntarily. Your assistance, guidance, support, input is much appreciated. Stay on the call if you want to talk about cryptocurrencies, and we'll be back shortly. Once more, thanks so very much.
Thank you.
Hello, people. Who knows what this is? Anybody got an idea? Let's see if I can get a picture in picture here.